the fastest 2 hours in radio.
Rules in action. It's up to each one of us to know the rules and follow them. Follow.
All systems go.
The Morning Edge. With Fox 2's Vic Faust, Chris Knight, Angela Sharp, and Eric Johnson. The Morning Edge starts now.
Hey guys, welcome to the show. Happy Tuesday. May 10th is our time. May is our time. May 10th is the date. 8:03 is our time. Chris Knight's here. Angela Sharp. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2 as we watch everybody start to trickle in on this Tuesday. I don't know what the temperature's like where all you may be listening, but I know for people in Missouri, summer's here. We skipped spring again. It's been like 15 straight years. Why are you cheering that we skip spring?
I mean, summer's where it's at, right? That's what I'm here for.
What does that mean?
I'm here for the summer.
You're here for the summer.
Yeah, let's have some fun on the summer.
Well, I can do summer year round.
Okay.
But being in the TV news business and hearing from viewers, I would bet my firstborn that people in St. Louis like spring better. More people like spring better than summer.
Really, you think so? Maybe I'm just hanging out with the right people because the people I know like the summer. Like, give me the hotter the weather, the better.
Yeah. For example, would you take 90s or 70s?
90s.
Okay. We had this question yesterday in the newsroom.
Uh-huh.
I think there was we had went up and down the producers. We were joking because it started with Mandy and I. And I think it was 9-1, 70s over 90s.
Wow, really? I'm surprised by that.
Yeah, only one person wanted the 90s over 70s.
Who is that cool person?
Me.
Was it you, really?
Yeah, just because I'm a hot weather person.
Okay.
But that's it. Everybody, and most of them were women.
Most of the people you polled were women.
Yeah, and we already know that you're abnormal, so.
Wonderful.
We already know that. But anyway, it's so damn hot in St. Louis, 90s most of the week. Humidity, heat back up again. So if you like that, great. If you don't, Chris, did you know that why was our show taken down yesterday?
I have no idea.
Our shows keep disappearing, and I thought it's because
it was taken down?
Yes. Yesterday's show was gone. And I was like, did you accidentally hit delete, or did you not pay a bill, or do we need more room on our server?
Was it taken down off of everything or just Facebook?
No, it's not on there. Rousel was saying, yes, it's done.
Is it on YouTube, though?
It's probably on YouTube. But did we
That
really?
would be us then.
Did we really?
I'm going to go investigate.
I don't know if anything was really controversial yesterday. I don't think it was, Chris. I really don't think it was.
No.
There was nothing controversial yesterday.
No.
We didn't even have a guest yesterday. But we do say good morning. Thanks for jumping in. It's just a bunch of BS when the shows are taken down. I got a feeling that there's certain people and maybe people who listen to the show who report it.
You think someone reported our show?
What, Chris? Am I off base in thinking that? Chris said no.
I just feel like since I've
I don't
been
know what
here.
the hell. What are you doing, Chris? Hey, Chris came in and it's like he's into some project with cameras.
He's got stuff
today.
to do, man.
So anyway,
I just feel like since I've been here, yesterday was probably the least.
correct. But I think all it takes is one person
Interesting.
to say something. Maybe, and then you can get something deleted. Or if somebody doesn't want the comments up against them, it makes you wonder because there's so much good content that we put out there. And we
What's
already
our YouTube handle?
I say it all the time.
I know, and I can't remember it.
The Morning Edge.
It's the Morning Edge. That's what I'm looking for. The word morning.
Jay says, well, you talked about Roe v. Wade. And, of course, if somebody is on the side of keeping it in place, they get very agitated if there's possibly another person that could say something against that. Because, once again, if you're used to getting your way and then all of a sudden you don't get your way, I don't care what side you're on in this country, humans have a problem with that, especially humans in America, and they don't want to hear the other side. They don't even want to hear the possibility that somebody else could be bringing a point to the table that could make sense. I'm not saying it would, but could. And that's kind of where we are. But so, I don't know, I guess the show is gone. Blues get back to action tonight. It's a late game again, 8:30, 8:40-ish. Who knows?
I'll tell you this to add to your conspiracy theory. Our show from yesterday is up on YouTube.
Yeah, it normally is. It's never touched on YouTube.
So
well, we
that's
know.
weird.
It's somebody that reports it is what's happening. And it's somebody who wants to start trouble.
Yeah. So, Drew, can you tell us why you reported the show from yesterday?
Most people say that is. I mean, that it is Drew. Drew, sorry. You've been you've been
an issue, and we would like to know why you
Aaron
reported
Bland,
the show.
Aaron Bland, you can go screw your abs and screw yourself for like, we're St. Louis. We don't care about the abs. You can like whoever you want, but go back to your Stan Kroenke loving team. Go up in the mountains. Stay in Colorado. We don't need to hear about your crappy abs. When's the last time they won a title? Yeah, that's what I thought. Never. Oh, shoot, they have won one. I hate them. They just haven't won any recently. I can't stand the Avalanche, and I can't stand Kroenke team. So, Aaron, we love you, but you can keep your sports takes. Go take that to the sports radio station, all right? We talk Blues here. We talk Blues, right, Chris?
Yep. Not at the abs. That's damn sure.
That's if I had to bet my other child, my second-born child.
We're betting your children
I
on
would
this.
bet
I
that
love.
second child that the Colorado Avalanche are going to win the Stanley Cup this year.
You said that?
Yeah, I did. I told you that. Remember, I told you that last. I tried to bet you about the Avalanche winning the Cup. They're too damn loaded. They are just. It's not fair how loaded they are. It would be a shame if the Blues can win the first series and knock them out in the second.
Wouldn't it be awesome?
Yeah, that would be freaking great.
Great.
The Blues do have one thing Colorado doesn't have.
Nashville sucked. So you knew that was going to be a
I mean, that was a
blowout.
lopsided setup from the beginning.
You are absolutely correct.
So, I mean, I know Aaron's excited for his sweep, but let's wait and see what happens in round
Is that
two.
what he said? Sweet.
Yeah. So
Oh, you mean because they swept?
they swept.
I
the
thought he's like,
Preds.
yeah, they're going to sweep the second
No.
series too.
So let's wait and see what happens in the second one.
Anyway, so the Facebook post was gone. Sorry. Thanks for letting us know about that, Roz. Anyway, Alan said, guaranteed somebody reported it. Probably somebody listening got their feathers ruffled. Usually that's what happens. Because while we have big reach on Facebook, we don't have a massive reach. And not a lot of people care about some show based out of St. Charles, Missouri, that people across the country listen to, but not a massive amount. So it's somebody who listens to the show who reported the show. That's exactly what happened. And then it gets deleted, which is a shame because I'll just stop there. I'll let our listeners decide what's happening and what's going on from there. And we don't have to talk about it anymore. Okay. Angela's here. Angela Sharp, Chris Knight. I'm Vic Faust from Fox 2. We're going to take a break in 5 minutes because coming up at 8:20, we're going to talk with Gary Bokerman. He's been on the show before. He co-hosted the show a few times. About a year and a half ago, I think it was. We've been here so long, and I'm trying to remember when he was here. He has a daughter in the Kirkwood School District. The Kirkwood School District is putting kids 3 to 5 years old back in mask right as some of the heat starts. 3 to 5 years old. They've also incorporated police now at their schools, apparently to not let any kids go into school if they don't have a mask
Are
on.
the police for the 3 to 5 year olds?
I don't think so. They were for the older kids.
That makes a little more sense. I was concerned
Well,
that
police
the
make
police
no
were there
sense.
for the,
I don't
for the
care. It doesn't make
Well, if the
sense to
police
me.
would enforce that, they're cowards.
Well, I don't understand any of it for any age, why police would be needed.
Yeah, but for 3 to 5,
Hell
that's a
no.
little overreach,
That's
right?
ridiculous.
well, it's overreach for 15 to 18.
I think I can I can follow along with
How?
whoever. If you
How is
really
it more
want, if
ridiculous
you
for-
really wanted like adult kids, because I mean, let's be honest, a 15-year-old can take 90% of the teachers. So you want an adult kid to wear a mask, you would
What do you mean
put,
can take?
could, like take on in a physical altercation.
Why?
most
Who's
teacher.
making it a physical
I
altercation?
have in my head. Now listen.
Oh, I was like,
Keep up
nobody's
with me
talking
here.
about physical
I have
altercations.
in my head. So if a 15-year-old doesn't want to wear a mask, they might wear one if an officer says, hey, wear a mask. They still might not, and the officer might not care past that point. But I could see how that would be a little bit intimidating. However, to a 5-year-old, that is insane. So let's not have the police for the 5-year-olds. Thank you.
Okay. Once again, police are not needed for any school kids. when they're because of masking. As we're told on the line, police are not in place to enforce policies. Police are here to enforce the
Most
law.
of those schools probably already
And
have a police officer at all times for the adult
most
kids
have
anyway.
they have
Yeah.
a security officer.
Right.
There's a picture. I'll send you a picture. Once again, Angela, masking is not a law.
Right,
Police are
right.
not
I got
there.
it, guys. I understand. Like, well, now I feel
Masks
like
are not laws.
we're arguing semantics. If a school has decided that is the rule, it's kind of like a woman has to wear a top in a school, right? It's not technically a law. However,
Then why do you need
should
police?
Do,
Then
you
why
should
do you,
do
I guess
it.
what the listeners are asking, then why do you need police?
Well, you already have one in there, so you've just added
maybe.
verbiage to his already
Or her.
or her plan. You just added things that she or he says when the kids walk inside. Please wear your mask, says the officer that was already there 9 months ago, a year ago, 3 years ago.
So Gary's going to talk to us about what's happening in Kirkwood. It's blowing my mind. It is from a news standpoint and just seeing what's going on and what has happened there. Have we really gotten to the point where you have to incorporate police? So we'll see what Gary says of these specifics are going on from that whole situation. It is interesting. Do you guys know lots of people that, quote, have this breaks down in, oh man, we got a minute. It's something we'll talk about after Gary. Do you guys know people who continue to get COVID? Rates apparently are up in the area.
I know somebody who got it for the first time very recently, and he was the most cautious person I've ever met in my life, and he just got it like last week.
Okay, how's he doing?
He's doing well. He said that for the most part, other than nausea and some coughing, he was all right. So I guess that's good.
Not a scientist. However, what I heard.
Good morning, everybody. Eric Johnson joining the show.
What I heard is that the virus is now going to morph into the corona family, which is the common cold.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I heard. And check this out. The coronavirus has now built up super antibodies against the common cold. So if you get coronavirus, you might have super antibodies to just getting a cold. You might not even get a cold again.
Correct.
Think about that for a second.
But media, national media is not telling you the full story again. And while there may be a higher positivity rate, when I was asked, hey, do you guys want to do a story? We're seeing a higher positivity rate. My direct question to this certain urgent care was, okay, well, let's break this down. What strain is it? We don't know.
Right.
What? I thought you care about people's health.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because we just know that it's okay. What strain is it? They either don't care, so because it's not that important to your health, or they just don't have money to go and do the testing. It's like, come on, if we really care, find out what strain it is. Because if we really care about the public, we're going to go out and find out what strain it is, so that we can let everybody know. And there is a pattern in place of how to treat said COVID and said strain.
Yep. And there's also the possibility that this thing has diluted itself.
Yep, COVID is the flu. You're hearing that more and more.
Well, I don't even know about the flu. The
Even
flu
if it is
sucks. The flu sucks. Colds or whatever. You got the sniffles and you kind of say, I feel kind of sick, but I can still go about my day. So it could be morphing down. We don't even know.
Well, I'm going to give the positivity rates. You're right. When we come back and where we are, and just we'll set the stage on that. We got to get to a break because Gary Buckerman's going to come back and let you know what's going on at Kirkwood. Massive protest outside of some Supreme Court justices' homes. It's illegal when it comes to cases. But the Biden administration won't say anything. The DOJ isn't saying anything. Is that right? Is it wrong? Might blow your mind. Might blow your mind. Just one of the things we're going to get into as well. Plus, Todd says it tends to weaken for overtime. Oh, Drew says, go figure. It's coming back for elections. How crazy.
Well, it's not our Drew. It's another Drew.
Or Drew Shelton. Somebody also said, it's like you have it kind of in your little vial and you can just release it whenever you want now. Just whenever you need to.
Yes, Bill Gates has a trigger in Seattle, Washington. Let's get a little over there in St. Louis. Let's see what Kirkwood feels about coronavirus.
Eric Johnson. Chris Knight. Angela Sharp and
I'm
Vic Faust
officially
at
a
Fox 2.
squirt
Back with
gun
more right
full
after
of
that.
when you do that.
A Microsoft hose.
Already closed out, Chris. We'll be back. You didn't hear me?
Sometimes the parent guy.
Edge morning traffic. Tracking some slowing for drivers heading east on 6440 out of the Lake St. Louis area. And then it's slow again eastbound through Chesterfield. Northbound 270 is a mess from I-55 up to De Pere and near the Manchester exit. And then 55 is a slow go through the work zone. 55 northbound also slow from Arnold up to 270 from a crash just north of 141. And then watch for overnight lane closures tonight on the Blanchard Bridge. 2 eastbound lanes will close starting at 8 o'clock tonight through 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. Those closures will take place each weeknight through the end of May. I'm Fox 2's Molly Rose. That's your Edge morning traffic.
The new abnormal.
This place is a nut house.
The Edge Morning Show.
Cutting the price of your wireless bill feels good. Really good. So good, you gotta try it. With Straight Talk, you can get our Silver Unlimited plan for just $45 a month. Now with unlimited high-speed data, plus 5 gigabytes hotspot data, and no contract, with nationwide 5G on America's best networks. Why pay a whole lot for your data when you can get unlimited for a whole lot less? Straight Talk Wireless. No contract, no compromise. 5G capable device required. Actual availability, coverage, and speed may vary. See terms and conditions at straighttalk.com.
Spectrum Glass is known for their quality work on windshields, but they do so much more. Spectrum Glass also specializes in residential, commercial, and automotive window tinting. Reduce the heat, reduce the fading, and increase your comfort with professional window tinting from Spectrum Glass. Serving St. Charles and surrounding counties since 1995, Spectrum Glass is still your premier company for windshield replacement. And with free mobile service, they come to you. 636-294-1800 on Facebook and SpectrumGlassOnline.com.
You work from home, and now home can be anywhere you want with an RV from Bill Thomas Camper Sales. RV travel is the ultimate social distancing for your family, and you know what you have with you and where it's been. For 55 years locally, family-owned, Bill Thomas Camper Sales has had the highest quality for every budget, and they have guidelines in place for your safe shopping experience. Travel in comfort and safety with a visit to Bill Thomas Camper Sales in Wentzville. For details, hours, and directions, go to btcamper.com.
Travers Automotive and RV grand opening in Wentzville across the highway from the GM plant is happening right now. We have a selection of over 1,000 new late model cars and trucks with new vehicles arriving daily. Shop from all makes, all models with financing for everyone. Looking for an RV? We also have over 200 travel trailers, fifth wheels, and motorhomes from Mesa Ridge, Open Range, KZ, Winnebago, Dutchman, and a great selection of used RVs. Whether you're looking for a car, truck, or RV, make Travers Automotive RV your one-stop destination. Located off Highway 70 at the Highway A exit.
If you want the best, don't settle for the rest. Come to F&S. F&S Collision Repair provides the best customer service, quality of work, paint color match, and paintless dent repair. They do it all. No job too big or too small. Just what your car or truck ordered. F&S Collision. Call today to schedule your appointment and get that car repaired. F&S Collision Repair.
Hey, Brian Dawson here. Folks, Brian Dawson Roofing and Construction is a roofing company dedicated to excellence and quality. We are very familiar with working with insurance as well as uninsured roofing needs. We do room additions, small roofs, big roofs, steep roofs, flat roofs, residential and commercial. So hey, if you have any roofing or construction needs, call me, Brian Dawson.
Learn more by visiting BrianDawsonRoofing.com or call 636-465-9465. That's 465-9465.
Progressive Snapshot can save you money based on how you drive and how much you drive. So the safer you drive, the more money you could save. Now, if you didn't hear that because you were yelling at another car while driving, let me say it again. You need to calm down. Yelling is just making everyone as stressed out as you are and letting them all know that you definitely aren't trying to save with Progressive Snapshot. And if you did hear it the first time because you weren't yelling at another car, nice work. You'd love Snapshot from Progressive because it rewards safe drivers. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Snapshot not available in California and North Carolina or from all agents.
Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. It is the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. It is The Edge. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Angela Sharp. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Thanks for jumping back in with us on this Tuesday, May 10th. Our time is 8:22. Hopefully you can get outside this week. Enjoy the weather if that's your deal, especially enjoy some of the sunshine out here. It might be a little warm for you. It might be perfect, but at least it's sunny and it's dry after all the rain it seems like we've had. All right, one of the big topics today, coming back into the whole situation, mask. On the phone, former co-host of the show, fill-in co-host, Gary Bokerman Jr. Gary, good morning. I'm glad you're joining us. I know that you've been in a 2-year battle with Kirkwood Schools over your daughter and masking and vaccine. What the heck is going on in Kirkwood again these days? Get us caught up to speed with the scorecard.
Yeah, so good morning to everybody. So the Kirkwood School District has this ridiculously low 1.5% threshold that if you hit that threshold, you go back in mask for 14 days.
A threshold of COVID cases.
Building. Huh?
A threshold of COVID cases.
Threshold of COVID, so-called COVID cases. However, these cases are reported using the honor system. You do not have to show any proof that you tested positive for COVID. You don't have to have a doctor write something, so on and so forth. The only way they for sure know is if you get tested at the school. However, we know now that these tests are not accurate. So this threshold is extremely low. And if you reach that threshold, which at my daughter's school, if 11 kids, staff, and or volunteers get COVID or what they call COVID, then you go back into mask for 2 weeks. So what happened yesterday is the Kirkwood Early Childhood Center, which is 3 to 5-year-olds, went over the threshold because there were 7 kids that reportedly or were told to the district that they tested positive for COVID. So now, per their guidelines that the school board put into place, the first full day after you reach over that 1.5% threshold, you will be in mask. So now in Kirkwood, we have children 3 to 5 that are forced to wear masks or will not be allowed entry into the building, number one. And number two, I'm at a work group meeting last night for the Kirkwood School Board. I have video on Facebook. I implore everybody to go check that out on my Facebook page. It's a little bit of a sign from God, Vic, because I just got off of a 4-month Facebook suspension yesterday.
What?
And I went to this meeting and found out I was off of my Facebook suspension last night, right before I was getting ready to post this, if I could post it. And so I was at this meeting, and 15 out of 17 Kirkwood School Board members, Kirkwood executive staff, the superintendent of Kirkwood were at this meeting indoors. 2 out of 17 had masks on. And you want to talk about the faces of hypocrisy, there you have it. They're forcing kids in these masks, which we know now are not very effective, and I've always said this. And the police aspect of that comes in. The picture that I posted that Vic was talking about was from Tillman Elementary. That's an elementary school in Kirkwood School District, and they've been in masks since last week. So the police that are there, it happens at my daughter's school too. That's not her school, but they're just a couple kids away from going back into masks for 14 days at my daughter's school. So that's why, I've been continuing this fight for the last year plus. And the police have been ramped up. To speak to what you guys were talking about before, the police are not standard at any of the Kirkwood elementary schools. They're not.
That answers Angela's question.
That was my question.
In a while, I see them. Not very often are they at Kirkwood elementary schools. Now, what I noticed as these thresholds got closer, the police were there at the morning drop-off at my daughter's school. One police officer was there. This picture that showed 2 police officers in masks outside, in my mind, and from parents that I know that have kids that go to Tillman, they're there, and God bless the police. I'm one of the biggest supporter of police officers.
You are. You're out there promoting police all the time.
Organizations attached to police departments, fraternal order of police, and so on. However, when you allow the Kirkwood School District to use you as their imitation wing here, and you're sitting outside of a school district where little 5-year-olds are going into school, and they're basically sitting there intimidating, making sure you're wearing a mask. And so a 5-year-old started the Kirkwood School District, their first day ever in Kirkwood, Vic, like at the beginning of the school year. They had to wear a mask. Everybody in that building had a mask on. Can you imagine a 5-year-old and you're afraid to be away from your parents for the first time, and now you have to put a mask on your face, and then you have to see every adult with a mask on your face? Most 5-year-olds, Vic, they know only that this is a thief, a criminal that wears a mask.
So I hate to say it, but I keep listening to this story, and I'm like, we're in St. Charles. Sucks to be you in Kirkwood. It's kind of how I feel. I guess the bigger point is, and I guess the dynamic that we need to research a little bit, is calling the Kirkwood Police Department and saying why and what's the messaging coming from this school? How are they calling you up to, and what is it that they expect you to do if Johnny, who is 5 years old, doesn't want to wear the damn mask? What is the dynamic behind that? Do they cuff him up and take him to juvie? Is it they call the parents? Is it something that the school can't handle by themselves? It's 95 degrees and humid today. How are these kids going to like this? So there's all these weird out-of-the-place dynamics that St. Charles will not have to deal with, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Have you talked to the police department and said, what are you guys doing exactly?
So I'm gonna be talking to the police department today, so I'll report back to Vic or come back on sometime soon and figure out exactly what their role is. But as far as I am talking to the assistant superintendent after this call, basically, to discuss some of these exact same things, to try to figure out, what they've instructed police officers to do and so on. But what's really sad about this is that, let me go back to like how we talk about, saying your kid has COVID. The district, I just want to read it. I want to indulge me for a second. So this is a list that Kirkwood gives to everybody and says, if your kid has these symptoms, keep them home. And then in effect, they report it as a COVID case. Shortness of breath, difficulty breathing, cough, new loss of taste or smell, fever, headache, runny nose, sore throat, fatigue, body aches, muscle aches, red dry eyes, nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, nasal congestion, and again, for the second time, runny nose. So these symptoms are every single symptom of seasonal allergies for
Hell
kids.
yeah, they are, especially right now. I can't tell you how many kids and people had red eyes yesterday, runny noses, sore throats, difficult breathing, coughing from some of the worst allergies that we've ever seen in the St. Louis area at this time. Just watch a forecast right now. This is sad. I'm not surprised that they wrote this because I've seen some of these with other public schools in the area. I've been told that Ladue does the same thing, that Webster does the same thing. But why do you think they're doing this, Gary? What's the end goal here? Is it safety or is it something else?
So this is 100% about control, and it's 100% to appease the 5 executives that are advising David Ulrich, who's the superintendent of Kirkwood Schools. I have conversations, Vic, with Dave Ulrich, not incredibly often, but I've talked to him. I'm not saying I'm on good terms, but we have respect for each other. The people that are advising him, and many of them were in that video last night, none of the people that are advising him had masks on. So what I feel is happening is they are going to continue to do this until enough parents stand up. So this is my call to action again, as I've said before. Parents in Kirkwood, incredibly asleep. A lot of the patriots that follow me on Facebook, some of them may be in Kirkwood. If you are in Kirkwood or if you know anybody in Kirkwood District, I implore you to call the Kirkwood School District and tell them how you feel about them masking 3 to 5-year-olds while they're parading around with no mask on. So, Vic, to answer your question, I believe it's 100% the control aspect, and then I believe there's some useful idiots involved, meaning I don't think David Ulrich is a bad person. I think that he's being given misinformation or he's saying this is what we need to do. Now, I got to tell you, I know some people that are way left of center that he's lost in Kirkwood. And so when you lose, meaning with the mask, because I was at an event this weekend and I got somebody that has a kid that goes to that Kirkwood Early Childhood Center that's back in mask, and they're fit to be tied about this, and they are by no means my friend politically. But when you've lost that, because you see the hypocrisy, Vic, nowhere else in St. Louis County besides these schools, the kids have to wear masks. You go to Schnucks, you go to Deerberg, you go to the movie theater. How hypocritical is this? It's as if we're to believe that only in the schools we can get COVID. And here I want to mention one thing, Vic. This is really important. So Kirkwood School District took 915,000 $950,000, just shy of $1 million, from the CARES Act to redo all the ventilation systems in their schools. What did this do? And there's a huge report about it, but it was that system now has been updated to remove pathogens, including COVID. So the money that they took from the federal government, they took $3 million, around $3 million, but that $1 million they used to update the ventilation system. And when this company puts it in, it's all available on Kirkwood School District site. This will eradicate or kill COVID. So why would they even have to be in masks in the first place when this all started?
Exactly.
Follow the money.
No,
it's like being in an airplane. They have better a HEPA system than
there's a real
than
big
aircraft.
problem that they have, and we see it across the country. Why would you put kids? And I'm just curious. I'm asking as a journalist, why are you going to put kids in masks, but you as an adult are not going to wear a mask? And 15 of the 17 people who decided were not wearing masks. And look at the sporting events. Do you think masks are going to be implored at the Blues game Thursday night?
No. What are you no.
Yeah, are you going to have to wear a mask in the intercourse or the spot, the encore of the Cardinals game this week?
I don't think it matters because I think people are over it, and there's no way you're going to be able to police.
Exactly, but
everybody.
then why do this to kids? What's the determining factor?
You've said it on this air. You've said it before, and so did Angela. It's the parents. You said it's political. That Webster.
No, I never said it was political.
Well,
I've never said
somewhere
that.
in the ethos of this room,
and this is why
somewhere in this room,
I didn't say that. I don't know where you heard. I didn't say it was political.
Well, maybe it was
They do
Angela.
not need a raise right now.
I never said it was political. Absolutely never
No,
said
you
that.
Angela's
Because
never said
I am
that.
very pro
Hold
a
on.
lot of this.
No, right, I get it, but I'm not saying
But
that.
the thing is, the people in Kirkwood, the people in Webster,
Thank you.
have voted for the people who are pro-mask.
There you go.
So obviously, there might
Yeah.
be some people that follow the nice man that's on the phone. However, the people that went to vote for the school board most recently went and voted for masking. So obviously,
What
the
she
majority that went to the polls are pro this.
Yes, thank you for
Gary.
making my
Yeah,
point.
Gary, what do you think about that?
So, plain and simply, you can't get people, from my side that think you should have mass choice to come out and vote at the school board election. So that's not wrong that the school board members that are voted for are the ones that are out there, like Mark Boyko, saying, if I get elected to be a school board member for my second term, my main goal is to make sure that every Kirkwood school student at every level, meaning elementary, middle school, and high school, has a minority homeroom teacher at least one of those years in each of those sectors of school. This is what his platform was. My main goal is this. And then you've got Motika, who's on there, and I'm just talking to the political side, Vic, because you guys mentioned political. It is incredibly political. Motika, who's a new member, used to be a high school teacher. Now she's on the school board. She got asked about should churches have any role in schools, and everybody has a different opinion if churches should have roles in schools. She said, absolutely, churches have no rules in schools. Then she's asked the next question, what about groups like Black Lives Matter or, gay pride flags or the gay pride anthem and stuff like this? She doesn't even realize the hypocrisy. Then in the next sentence, she says, Kirkwood School District is inclusive to everybody. Just a sentence before she said churches can't be there. I don't care if you're for churches, you're for gay pride, you're for whatever. It's incredible hypocrisy, and they don't even notice it. And then talk to the incredibly ridiculous nature of this masking. This is child abuse at this point. I'll say it. I mean, you talk about getting kicked off of Facebook or getting your thing taken off. I mean, I was off of Facebook for 4 months for other reasons that are ridiculous. But this is what happens. If you speak up like me, you get canceled. You get death threats at your house. You get all this stuff because you're too loud and you're not going to fit the narrative.
Well, I get it.
And
You're considered a crazy man in Kirkwood. I get it.
Huh?
You're considered a crazy man in Kirkwood. I get it.
I'm somebody that speaks truth to power and can be a battering ram and head right up on the issues, and then I can bring it back and have a conversation. At the end of the day, I have a huge heart, and I'm here to work on one thing, saving the children, obviously saving my daughter, and then by proxy, saving all children from this nonsense. I mean, they're distracting with this math thing while they're putting all this other ridiculousness into the curriculum, these horrible pornographic books that are in these districts and so on and so forth. So it's all a coordinated plan, and I'm not saying everybody's involved in it. I feel that there's a lot of useful idiots.
Well, I think you said that
term.
You said it from the get-go, and I think facts, and we like to talk about facts here, facts show that there is a huge hypocrisy going on in Kirkwood right now with the people who voted, because if you're going to vote for kids to have to wear masks, but you're not wearing a mask, that's
why don't you wear it? That's exactly the point.
That's
Vic. So, I mean,
as a journalist, I'm going, that doesn't add up.
Times a few months ago,
And
I wrote into the school
then,
board.
hold on a second, Gary. Then,
go ahead.
and I know Eric thinks people can just leave at any time from any place, and you can. It's not that easy, especially right now with how difficult it is to move and how expensive it is. But as a listener just gave me some stats, it's Kirkwood's fault if you don't agree with masking, because only 30% voter turnout for the new school board members in Kirkwood. Only 30% of Kirkwood residents showed up to vote. 30%. That's a shame if you have a problem with masking. So allegedly, as Angela said, apparently people in Kirkwood love to mask kids, but then the parents don't have to mask.
And remember, attrition in voting is voting for, right? So
Correct.
if you have 30% turning out, that could have split the vote. You still have, if you don't vote, it is a vote for whoever's the incumbent is. So that is kind of voting in a weird way.
Isn't it weird that people want kids in masks but don't want to wear them themselves? I just want somebody to explain that to me.
Kirkwood and Webster, and I've always kind of just freaked out about the liberalism that happens to kids over there. And you know what?
Carrie says Kirkwood residents are just asleep at the wheel.
Well, they don't care. Maybe they're very progressive over there. They have that right to be that way. But like Gary is talking about, it's like, is this really for COVID? Look, to me, the question is it really for COVID? Or like Gary said, is it about control? And how the hell do you have the Kirkwood police over there being the enforcement arm to kids not wanting to put a piece of cloth over their face? That's really tricky situation.
I feel like we went one step too far with the enforcement arm, because as of right now, he doesn't.
What are cops doing over there?
He doesn't know what the police
You're
officer
right.
were doing over there.
We'll find out.
They have to wear a
All
mask.
they have to do is they're sitting there intimidating, though. How is that okay? For them to be right there intimidating a 5-year-old.
The fact that you think that an officer's presence is intimidating worries me a smidgen.
Well, why don't they put? Why don't
How
they
is
put
that
first?
not intimidating when they're only there when this mask policy
Put
comes out?
paramedics there.
I feel
then.
like that is where you jumped ahead to, and I don't think for the most part, especially a child in elementary school, is taught that a police officer is good, and if you need help, go see an officer, especially in the Kirkwood and Webster school districts. So what I'm saying is, do those officers have to wear masks? Yes, that is their own rule for their own government department. But to say that it's going as far as intimidating until
It has
we
nothing
or
to do with
you
Kirkwood.
speak to the officer,
Right. No.
that is
They
too
might not
far.
even know, Angela. Angela, if you're being requested to be here, they're like, okay, they're
you know what?
anticipating a problem. Yeah. So maybe it's the school district's like, we want to show a strong face on the. Maybe it's the school district.
If the
Maybe the school got broken into over the weekend.
Well, from COVID masks?
No, well, because the officers have to wear masks. That is a separate issue. You're talking about two different things.
Right.
If an
They
officer
don't wear
has to wear a
masks. That's
mask
the only time that
and he
they
shows
have
up at the
masks on in
school
my
wearing a
daughter's school
mask,
because
then
it's
that
not
is not an
protected.
intimidating
Gary,
thing.
are the police wearing masks? Because here's my issue. I have children, and when my children see police, they do start to go, oh, my God, why are the police here? Wherever we pull up, whether it's a sporting event or something, my 8th grade boy has been doing it. He was like, oh, there's the police. I wonder what they're here for. So there is no doubt if you have kids and they see police at your school, they start to inquire. And they start to ask.
My nephew's 9.
And-
He's never said, "Ooh,
You know-
there's a policeman
Well,
here." He's
okay,
been like, "Hey,
I'm giving you my example. You don't have kids. You can't speak
I have
to
a
kids.
nephew. I can speak
No,
to
it's not
every
the
time
same.
I'm
You're
with
not
a
a
nephew."
parent, so you're clueless,
Oh
Angela.
my gosh.
Yeah, you're clueless
Okay,
when
let's
it
go
comes.
so far to say
have
we're
kid-
clueless.
You're clueless on this subject.
Okay.
You don't take your kids to school every day.
No, but my mother does,
Just
and
let-
I've been with her a
listen,
bunch of times.
You finished your point. Let me finish my point without interrupting. So when you pull up to school, there is no doubt kids go, if the police are not there every single day,
right,
and then all of a sudden some days they are and some days they aren't, the kids notice. Right. They do notice. And they're like, oh my gosh, why are they here? Yeah. Then the second step, and this is not a big jump, if they're asked and it's only because of, quote, masking, yeah, that's a big deal.
Well, you haven't gotten there yet. We don't know that last part.
Gary, why
Exactly.
were the police?
You're right.
Why were the
You
police
both are
there
right.
just some days and not other days?
He can infer, but he does not know.
That police officer is in the picture from Tillman Elementary. I have friends that have kids there. They've never seen more than one, and it's been very sparingly. And they correlate it with the times when they're close to this threshold or when they were masking. At my daughter's school, Kirkwood Police Department They do not have masks on at my daughter's school. I see it when they get close to this threshold. Last week, I saw them for the first time. They were one kid away from going back to masks at my daughter's school. Then they're there. We want to talk about the hypocrisy of the people in that meeting last night that had no mask on, and then they're making this policy. I inquired with the assistant superintendent to say, have you and/or David Ulrich been in the building where these policies are in place while they went over the threshold? Because if so, why aren't you in a mask 100% of the time? I presented a challenge to him. I said,
or have police there every day, so it's not freaking kids out, because police do draw attention.
And you know what? Here's
kids.
the other thing, Gary. Let's get some clarity. Why are you guys here, and what is your intention if a kid doesn't want to wear a mask? Do you do anything? Do you pull them out? Why can't the school the officials over at the school district, put them in a separate room and have the parents come and get them? Why are there cops involved at all? That's all I want to know. That's it. It's a no harm, no foul thing. And you're right, Vic. If your little yellow bus comes around to drop you off and you're 4, 5, 6, 7 years old, and there's a cop cruiser right there.
That isn't there every
Seriously.
day.
Yeah.
I want to know why the cops are there, period. There's plenty of other things
Call
for them
Kirkwood
to
right
do.
now. Just call him.
Right?
Damn. See,
Then go to an elementary school. There's a lot of other things to do out there.
Exactly.
For our law enforcement, instead of going to an elementary school.
And they might say, hey, we have reports that people with guns are walking around. That's why we're here.
Right.
You don't have a clue right now why these cops are actually over there. Just give them a call. Where's Elliot Davis? Give me his number. I will find out right now why those cops are over there. Just get them on the record.
You know what? Finally, you've brought something up that could be an Elliot Davis story because of tax dollars. Finally, Eric.
Thank you.
After 100 shots, you finally brought something up that Elliot could possibly
Don't confuse me with Elliot Davis, whatever you do. He's my man. Go ahead.
Aaron Bland, sicking cops on a kid for mask is freaking ridiculous. But here's the thing, Gary. You live in Kirkwood. You've seen how the school district is handling things. You're in the minority in that school district. And at the end of the day, what do you really feel the chances are of anything changing? Because don't you think parents would have spoken up by now if they really cared?
Good point.
And that's why my call to action was is parents need to call. I mean, after I posted this, this video got over 1,000 views really quickly. Now, how many are Kirkwood parents? I don't know, but that's my call to action. If you know people in Kirkwood, I think most will be infuriated when 3 to 5-year-olds are being masked, and then 5 to 11-year-olds at an elementary school, and then the people that make the policies are not masking at a closed-door meeting when some of them were in close proximity to those schools or at those schools when they reached over that threshold. Mm-hmm. So when it comes to that, Vic, yes, may be in the minority. I take all these fights with a badge of honor, and I will speak truth to power on all these things. And as far as trying to see how you come out on the other side of this, I'm not going to stop asking for answers.
Right.
And here's the thing. They don't really have answers for you, and they don't have backup for their policies. I talk to the board members, and I'm dare I say, friendly with some board members. And I also talk to people that do not agree with me on this. Mm-hmm. And they don't even, this policy is so loosely written, they don't even know what it's all about. Like, just say you have one of these allergy symptoms and it's going to be put down as COVID. I mean, the whole premise behind all this is extremely loosely put together. I mean, it's not put together well. Now, as far as, I see the fire in you on this issue. I mean, with you having kids. I mean, I want kids to be safe. I believe police officers are doing the right thing most of the time, and I believe that police officers in this situation, and I'll be finding out more this week, I believe they are being used to purposefully, by the district, intimidate kids with these mask policies. And I mean, it's not a sideshow issue, but the main issue here is we're putting 3 to 5-year-olds in masks, and then we're not wearing the mask. That's sick. That's tantamount to child abuse in my mind, knowing what we know now and the fact that these kids have very little or no harm that they're going to receive from whatever they say that this is all is.
True. If masks work, why aren't the adults wearing them? And then why aren't all the sporting venues all forced to wear masks? Why are the masking mandates not back? Why is the mask not being required by everybody, only kids? And it's been that way since the start of fall, back in September, because we saw the college football stadiums. We saw the NFL football stadiums, NBA arenas, concert venues.
It's over.
But it's not at Kirkwood.
That's why you're going to call
and
the
it's
Kirkwood
not at
police.
Webster, and
That's
it's
why
not at Ladue.
Vic Faust is going to call the Kirkwood police and goes, "Do you know who I am? I kind of wield a big stick. You're going to tell me some. You're going to give me some answers. And we're going to do it right now."
None of this is going to end until more parents speak up.
No,
something big gets exposed.
No, it's not even that, to be honest with you, because like Angela says, if the parents like what they're doing,
that's
then
my question. Why do parents must think that the mask work, or they must have seen some scientific data that I haven't seen?
Exactly.
You said 30% voter turnout. I know more than 30% of people in Kirkwood have children in the school district.
Exactly.
But I would like to know what the percentage is, because if
And
somebody
that's all we
without
have.
kids is not allowed to have an opinion, like me, then maybe if I lived in Kirkwood, I wouldn't go vote because I'm not allowed the opinion, right?
But at the same
opinion
time,
in Kirkwood?
Well, that's what I'm saying is I know it's more than 30% have kids in a school in Kirkwood, but what is the percentage in Kirkwood that have a child in the public school? Because
I don't know.
that matters.
It does matter.
It all depends on who comes out and votes, I guess.
Into St.
Right,
Charles.
but if somebody like me who doesn't have a child isn't allowed an opinion, then
Why
would
aren't you allowed an opinion
You
in
said
Kirkwood?
you don't have Angela, you don't have a kid. You don't get a count on this one. A bunch of people
I said
on
you're
the line.
clueless saying that kids
A bunch
don't.
of people on the line agree
Well,
with
I'll
that.
let you
so
talk.
why would I vote?
No, you're misunderstanding because you're getting emotional.
I'm not
Don't let
emotional
your
at all.
Yeah, you are because
No,
you
I'm
brought
not.
you brought it back up and it has no bearing on
No,
anything.
I will bring it back up 100
You're
times
clueless
over.
when you say that kids are not affected by police showing up sometimes and then not showing up outside.
Okay, let me be real specific.
Hold on,
the kids
you brought
I
this
know
back. You brought
think
this
it's
back.
cool and want to go talk to
Wait
them
a
and give
minute.
them a high five.
You brought this back
But
up.
it's not
Let
under
me
that.
finish.
It's under the guise of the mask.
This
That's
is
the
why
problem.
you're
It's not just
clueless,
the
You think
because
it's
you
the guys
don't-
of the mask. You don't even know right now. Like,
Angela,
I
you
wish
gotta
you
let
would
other
have called
people.
us yesterday.
Angela, we're gonna have to turn your mic off.
Oh my God! I wish we would
You
have
keep
called
bringing
you
things
tomorrow.
up, and you don't let us finish answering
I'm
the
talking
question.
to the guy on the phone. I
You
can't remember his
brought
name.
up to
Gary.
me, though.
Gary. I wish you would have called us in 3 days after you talked to the Kirkwood Police Department, because right now it's just you speculating on what you think based on what parents have said to you.
Yeah, but you're bringing up
But the
3 different
people
arguments,
you know,
Angela.
So is he. The
And you're
parents
getting
you know,
emotional.
I'm not emotional. The parents you know obviously are probably on your team, Gary. Like that's just how your people work.
Angela,
Wait a minute,
you
you
don't
said
have
team, that's
kids, and
political.
you don't
I'm making
know.
everything a team.
But that's a
You
political
don't
thing.
have kids,
That's
so you
political.
can't answer what parents feel
and
about
Vic's
kids
right. The
showing
dynamic.
up.
I feel like I'm not, okay, you guys.
Wait.
What is beeping?
The dynamic between having a kid, being birthed, being in your house,
Right,
and,
right.
and making decisions
Yes.
is a lot different than me going to pick up my niece
Well,
and
sure.
taking her to school.
And you know if your
and you're
niece or
taking
nephew
your
is like,
kids
can we
every
go give him a
day."
high five? Absolutely. Let's go give him a high five. That's what my
Correct.
nephew says
If
every
you
time I
your
take him.
kids to school every day,
And
and there
2
aren't
days a week.
police, and there aren't police there every day, but then every now and then one shows up.
I again
it-
feel like
police
until
bring attention.
That's right. That is
They
that. You got it,
do.
Angela. That's correct.
I feel like
That's
until
correct.
we talk to the officers at the Kirkwood Police Department, we really can't speculate on this because we then sound stupid when in hindsight they tell us this, that, and the other happened.
That could make sense.
That's what I've been
Yes,
saying.
but
the
you're
entire
going
time.
off on different tangents.
hold
That
on.
specific
Well, one very
statement is right.
powerful tangent that we should.
But you
not,
acting like expert parent when you're not a parent
well,
does
no,
not fly.
But,
Here's the
but
deal.
also, then I shouldn't be allowed to vote in the school board voting. So
yeah, you should.
30%
If you live,
of Kirkwood
do you live in Kirkwood?
voted that way.
Do you live in Kirkwood?
I sometimes
She's
do.
kind of close
No,
to
you
there.
don't.
She is kind of
She
close
is,
to there.
just for the record, you are not a Kirkwood
I'm
resident.
just
So you
saying-
can't vote in a Kirkwood election. So let's just keep that straight.
Well, that's why I want to know how many
So,
people.
Gary,
the
we have about a minute
percentage.
left, a minute or 2 minutes left.
Gary-
We have to let Gary finish this out.
I think they pulled him down. But here's the deal.
Oh, okay.
Let me just say this. When Norse, remember when the cops would bring the metal detectors to school and they would actually stand there because there were gun problems in certain school? Do you guys remember that?
I don't know.
That did happen in the United States. There'd be metal detectors. There would be cops there. They were there for a reason. They were like, we're literally here to make sure you don't bring any armor.
Gary's
into-"
still on the phone.
All right, hold on. That's
Gary,
the
are you still
same
there?
thing here. Is same thing here is the fact that the Kirkwood police is being brought over there for what reason? And we just need a little clarity there because they might be there saying, hey, this is Dare Week. This is Dare Week, and we just want the kids to see cruisers and cops. And that we go, oh,
That
there
totally
you go.
makes sense.
There you go. But if they go, you know what? We're here to enforce a masking
That's what I
policy.
agree with Angela.
That's it. That's it. That's all there is to it. We're here to enforce a masking policy. Oh, Well, that's a different dynamic. What are you supposed to do if said kid doesn't want to wear a mask? Well, we're supposed to put their hands behind their back, cuff him, and take him to jail. Oh, damn. Well, that's a big dynamic change.
Yeah, if we jump to that, we're going somewhere crazy. Yeah.
Right. So I went to the extreme. We just want to find out, right? Where's Elliot Davis?
Garrett.
Actually, I'll tell you this.
Gary.
Here's the thing.
Give us a final note before we get to break.
Here's the final note. Let's focus on this. They are masking 3 to 5-year-olds, making them put their mask on in between bites of food at lunch. That's what they're doing in Kirkwood.
Okay, that's bad.
Put your mask back on after you take a bite of food at lunch. Let's focus on that.
You should have opened with that, Gary.
How disgusting these policies are, and we'll figure out the details on the cop situation. This is disgusting. You're forcing 3 to 5-year-olds in masks. The policy is we recommend that you put your mask on in between bites of food. I talked to the principal at my daughter's school. He said, we're not going to – I talked to people at my daughter's school. They don't like to enforce that because they don't know if a kid's choking. But the school board has written it into their policy that you have to put your mask on in between bites of food. This is disgusting.
You really should have opened with that instead of the police thing because that actually sounds insane.
I didn't open with anything. I don't know what you're talking about. You're coming out of left field with this police
Well,
thing.
I thought I was emotional, Gary. Maybe you should calm down a smidgen. Gary, take a breath. It's cool, Gary. Gary, breathe. Gary, you got to breathe, buddy. Buddy, you got to breathe.
Timothy's right. We're all emotional.
Oh, Gary, you got to breathe, bud. You realize nobody heard you because I kept saying you had to breathe, right?
This is a battle I've been in forever, so I don't really I care about your opinion, but I don't believe that you're in it enough to understand what my fight is for.
Hey, Gary, thank you for joining us.
I was trying to give you the good opener was with the bites of food because that, I think, sounds crazy.
But this is my fight, not yours.
Okay.
I know my opener.
All right, okay. Wow.
Hey, Gary, thank you for joining us to give us your perspective on that. If you have anybody from Kirkwood School Board that would ever talk to us to give us their side, let us know. Let us know if you say you know some of these people that would talk to us.
Can I ask Vicky a question? Is there a spokesperson for both the Kirkwood School District?
Sure there is.
And for media, and for the Kirkwood Police Department? We need to square those two messages up right there. Because Gary, I think you would agree with this. This is a 30,000-foot thing that we just need to get squared. Is that what are they doing there? What's the policy on the masking? And what is really the truth?
I'll call Kirkwood Police today.
Cool. Perfect. Why don't we do it now? I'm sure do you have the phone number?
Twice.
I mean, we're in the moment. Can we do it in the second hour?
Yeah, why not?
Why not? What are they going to say? Sorry, can't take your call.
I've already called twice.
And what happened?
Voicemails.
Okay.
So is there a PR person over there? Is there someone that speaks to the media that you know?
Well, this is also coming from the same school district that made a school board meeting go virtual because somebody called in the Kirkwood Police Department and asked, what happens if you don't wear a mask at a Kirkwood school board meeting? So the school board president, who I was in discussions with around the time, said that there was a threat, so they had to make the meeting go virtual. So trying to get a straight answer from either the police department or Kirkwood schools, it's called the spin machine. You know all about the spin machine, Vic. I think the spin machine would be in full effect. Yeah. So the proof is in the pudding. I'm there seeing it. That's all I need.
Okay.
All right. Hey, Gary, thank you for an emotional topic.
Guys.
We appreciate it. Gary Bunkerman Jr. Gary's also going to be...
fire.
Hey, you're going to be running for office at some point, right? Rep or something?
Yeah, so I'll be talking more about that. My campaign's going to be launched. I'm running for Missouri House District 90, covers all of Kirkwood. So, and parts of Warson Woods and Oakland and Glendale.
And Angela's voting for you.
If she's able to.
She might.
She actually is in that voting district. So I'm not going to not vote for you just based on this conversation. So you still got a chance.
You got a chance.
Go, Gary. Hey, Gary, we'll talk to you later, buddy. Have a good Tuesday. Thanks, man.
Yep, I'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks.
All right. It is spiritual. It is emotional. It is important. It is all of these things. My God. Anyway.
That was the most fun I've had on this show the whole time I've been here.
Angela,
I'm not even kidding.
Well, that's because we haven't talked COVID a lot since you've been here.
We should talk COVID more. I think when I started, I said,
no, we
should we talk COVID less? And you guys were like, yeah, sure.
Oh, dude.
But I think I'd rather talk COVID than politics. And I realize they kind of intersect. But That was the most fun I've had on the show.
I don't think you want to talk COVID.
Dude,
It's the most fun I've had on the show in the whole 4 months I've been here.
I literally thought we were talking. I thought we were talking about
I'm
it.
not kidding.
COVID in schools was an antique conversation. I felt like I was talking about a classic
I'll
Mustang.
give you some positivity rates when we come back on the other side as well. Plus, we'll continue to take your calls, your comments, 636-695-2915. We're a little late. I guess it was worth it. We're on Facebook, 100.7 The Viper. Share the show. Angela's got her sandals on today.
Ew, it's warm outside.
All right, one final question before we go to break.
Yes.
Angela, are you okay with schools masking kids?
I think parents should make that decision.
Not the school.
Okay,
not the
parents, but not the school.
Yeah, not the school. I don't think it should be the school as a whole. I think it should be by parents.
So she's
situation.
against what's happening at Kirkwood then. That's
But-
a good question.
That's a great. I don't know who asked that. Was that you, Chris? Or was it somebody on the
it was
internet?
somebody on the text line. I think it was Glenn.
Yeah, Glenn, great question.
That's what was going on until this week. Parents, if they wanted their kids masked, were masking.
It would be like you
now
guys.
the kids are being forced to mask.
It would be
I
like
guess.
you guys telling me how amazing asparagus was, and then me
It is
agreeing with you,
amazing.
and then saying I'm not eating
And
that
you
ever.
should agree with
No, I'm not ever agreeing with that. I just made myself throw up. Thank you.
I had some nice butter garlic asparagus last night. Again,
I had some asparagus last night.
Angela
as well.
would have loved it. All right, we'll be back with more Edge right after this. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Angela Sharp, and Vic Faust of Fox 2.
Edge Morning Traffic. There's a new accident, 6440 westbound at Hampton. 2 lanes are closed. I-70 and I-6440 in good shape in St. Charles County. And I-55 a slow go through the work zone. Watch for lane closures tonight on the Blanchette Bridge. MoDOT crews are closing up 2 eastbound lanes starting at 8 o'clock tonight through 5 o'clock tomorrow morning. This will be every weeknight through the end of the month. I'm Fox 2's Molly Rose. That's your Edge Morning Traffic.
Grab your coffee. The Morning Edge will be right back on 100.7 The Viper.
Please leave a message at the beep.
Hey, it's fun. Remember me? Miss you, buddy. Look, I know it's been a minute, but we gotta get the fam back down to Holiday World and Splash and Safari. They've got 3 of the top 5 water coasters in the world. Remember getting soaked on Mammoth and Cheetah Chase? Or screaming down monster roller coasters like Thunderbird and Voyage? Tickets are still at holidayworld.com. Oh, the kids want to say something. Go ahead.
Now another hour of The Edge Morning Show on KFNS Troy St. Charles. The Edge Morning Show.
Hey, it's Shanny for Mascots Bar and Grill, and I'll tell you what, if you're looking for a place to watch the game with friends, Cardinals, Blues, whatever, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. If you're looking for a place for happy hour, it's Mascots Bar and Grill. Heck, grab some friends, get a table, and play rock and roll bingo every night and twice on Saturdays at Mascots Bar and Grill. You can win some great prizes. Seriously, great prizes at Mascots for playing rock and roll bingo. And it's absolutely free to play. Wednesday night is ladies' night, and you won't believe the specials they have going on there. Come by for lunch. They're the home of the legendary lunch special. You go tell them you're FOS, you're a friend of Shanny's, and you want that big old burger and fries for just $5, and they're going to give it to you fresh and hot, just the way you ordered it, and it's so delicious, and you don't have to do the dishes. If you go once, you will go again and again. Mascots Bar and Grill, home of the legendary lunch special.
Hey, you! Ever wanted to learn a language like French or Spanish or even Norwegian, but thought it'd be too difficult or time-consuming? Then try Babbel. Quick 10-minute lessons.
Siesta.
Bambola. Games, podcasts, even live online classes with a real teacher.
Hola, clase.
In no time, chatting about real-life topics will feel, well, effortless. Learn a new language with ease. Go to Babbel.com to try for free. That's BABBEL.com.
Whoa, Greg's up.
He's never up this early.
Hey, guys. Okay, so this is called the Bell Breakfast Box from Taco Bell. Oh, thanks. I can read.
And that's a coffee. Helps you open your eyes.
And that's a breakfast burrito. You can start from either end. You guys always this condescending in the morning? Pretty much.
Wake up with the new $5 Bell Breakfast Box, filled with a grande toasted breakfast burrito, hash brown, 2 Cinnabon Delights, and a coffee. At limited participating Taco Bell locations near you during breakfast hours only. Contact local store for prices, hours, and participation, which vary. Tax extra. Drinks excludes freezes.
You're always up for some fun with the family, so you order the essentials: a new board game, some baking supplies, and even a new projector for outdoor movie night. And with the Bank of America customized Cash Rewards credit card, you can choose to earn 3% cash back on online shopping, which could increase to up to 5.25% as a preferred rewards member. Rewards which you can put toward an extra treat that everyone will enjoy, like an old-fashioned popcorn machine. Visit bankofamerica.com/more rewarding and apply now. Copyright 2021 Bank of America Corporation.
Weber Chevrolet has been in business since 1902. No other car dealer in St. Louis of any brand can say that. Nobody sells more Chevrolet, period. Weber Chevrolet is one dealer with 3 roofs. In Missouri at Olive and 270, and in Illinois Metro East, Columbia, and Granite City. All easy to get to, just follow the 270 loop. Also, all online accessible at WeberChevrolet.com. Right now, Weber Chevrolet is open but very thorough in their cleaning, disinfecting, and social distancing rules. And don't forget, Weber Chevrolet service departments are award-winning and second to none. In fact, other dealers send their problems to Weber Chevy to fix. Now during this crisis, Weber Chevrolet has teamed up with Detroit to come up with awesome deals to help people save money and manage their budget. Discounts, incentives, and the ability to not make your payment for up to 4 months. Weber Chevrolet since 1902, WeberChevrolet.com.
Viper Weather with legendary chief meteorologist Dave Murray.
Hi, this is Viper meteorologist Dave Murray. The summer surge is going to get stronger today and the rest of the week. On this Tuesday, partly to mostly sunny skies, fast warm-up, windy, 92 for the high this afternoon. The record is 91 from 1963. Tonight, partly to mostly clear skies, mild evening temperatures will primarily be in the 80s, 69 for the overnight low on Wednesday. Plenty of sunshine, 92 on Wednesday. The record 91 from 2011. Thursday, sunny and 90. The record on Thursday is 92 from 1956. Friday night and Saturday, some spot thunderstorms with temperatures in the 80s. I think the best chance of some scattered thunderstorms will be Friday night and Saturday. But for now, stay cool. We have our first taste of summer. From the Viper Weather Center, I'm Chief Meteorologist Dave Murray. Now back to the Edge on 100.7, The Viper.
Whipper River Electric, a Touchstone Energy cooperative. The Edge Morning Show.
Local headlines now with Fox 2's Vic Faust.
Hey guys, we were talking about some COVID situation. We may be able to bring it back up here again after this birthday situation with Angela, but for what it's worth, St. Louis County has gone from a positivity rate of 3.1 on March 13th to 5.7 April 9th to 14.9 positivity rate in the latest numbers posted yesterday. Now, the regions that apparently were seeing the highest surge in cases included Chesterfield, Baldwin, Eureka, Kirkwood, and Webster. The county says they're seeing around 230 new cases per day over the last week. I did ask one of the urgent carers what strain, and they said, we don't know, we're not testing for it. So I was like, oh, okay, interesting, but that's one of the big news stories. The Missouri Senate also finally passed a bill requiring voters to show photo identification at the polls. The bill would allow voters without a valid ID to cast a provisional ballot. The vote would not be counted, though, unless voters return the same day with proper identification proving who they are, or election authorities could verify their signatures. That has also become a fairly big story. Also, more than 10 shootings were reported over the violent Mother's Day weekend. That is a sad, sad situation that's going on. And as the weather gets warmer, unfortunately, in the past, it has proven that crime increased. We were just hoping that that is not the case throughout the entire St. Louis metropolitan area. Also, you can take home furry friends named after the St. Louis Blues as they're playing in the playoffs. 5 Acres Animal Shelter in St. Charles County celebrating the Blues run in the playoffs by naming animals after some players. The pets get the name of the player who scores first in each playoff game. So far, a kitten was named David Perron.
What the hell?
You gotta love that. And 2 puppies are named Kairu. What a great name. And O'Reilly. By the way, the Blues play tonight, 8:30, 8:40 in Game 5. Go Blues. And the Cardinals start a 6-game home series at Busch at 6:45 against the Orioles. That's your headlines.
Work for the biggest medical cannabis company in the state of Missouri? Belief Medical is looking for dynamic individuals to join our newest facility in Jonesburg. We are currently hiring for post-harvest technicians and offer 100% company-paid benefits that include medical, dental, and vision, as well as a starting pay of $15 per hour. If you're 21 or older and ready to join a great company that offers great pay and great benefits, visit our website at beliefmedical.com. BELEAF medical.com.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. It's your birthday.
It's your birthday. That's right. I served you cake. I'm Peggy. Pull your leggy. Happy birthday.
It's your birthday. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Go.
It is birthday time. Are you guys ready to bust a move? Because the young MC is turning 55 years old today. You remember Bust a Move was his big song? I know Eric knows this guy. It's Bono from U2. He is 62 years old today.
He looks good.
62? I guess so. Chris Bierman, ESPN, also Car Shields. Chris Bierman, also Car Shields spokesperson. He is 67 years old today. Okay, this is my favorite on the list. Mark David Chapman is on the list of famous people. He was the crazy, insane person who shot John Lennon.
Oh.
No, he's famous, all right.
I mean, but the fact that he's on my famous list makes me sad. Yeah. But anyway, he's 67 years old today because apparently he's alive. Dave Mason. Eric, who's Dave Mason?
Musician.
Yeah, what does he play? What does he sing? His biggest hit in 1977 was We Just Disagree.
Yes.
He is turning 76 today.
Yeah.
Mama let him play.
How about Donovan? Donovan. He is a 60s singer. He sang Mellow Yellow.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, he is 76 years old today. And happy birthday to Mikey, who is 9 years old today.
Who's Mikey?
He's my nephew.
Go, Mikey!
He's as famous as any of them, actually.
We'll put him on the list.
They call it
You need to put him on your camera if you have a picture of him.
I should
to
do
hold
that.
it up to show Mikey.
To show everybody
then
what he looks
Then
like.
if the Facebook post doesn't get deleted or yanked again,
Then I can show it to
you
him?
can show Mikey that you gave him some love today.
I did. All right, you ready? Where's that?
You can hold it up and then... Oh, yeah, we can see Mikey. Move over to the other side. Hold on, we didn't see Mikey. No, hold it right there.
Oh, damn.
That's my Mikey.
Yeah, it looks like a Kohl's ad.
Well, it's not, but
It looks like a Kohl's model.
maybe someday.
He's a good-looking kid. He is. That's a
Maybe
good-looking
someday.
kid.
Oh.
May 10th is National Shrimp Day.
I love shrimp. I'm a shrimp eater.
It's National Shrimp Day.
Shrimp is America's favorite seafood.
Shrimp kebabs. Shrimp is pineapple shrimp.
Shrimp.
Lemon shrimp.
We eat more shrimp than any other seafood.
Coconut shrimp.
We are celebrating National Shrimp Day.
Pepper shrimp.
Shrimp.
I want to get the shrimp. Oh, shrimp. Something shrimp. Shrimp.
Showtime.
It is showtime. Eric, don't you dare tell us you do not like shrimp as well.
I love shrimp.
Yeah.
Who didn't know there was going to be a Forrest Gump reference in there?
Of course.
Like the banana shrimp.
Angela, can you eat shellfish?
I can.
Do you like it?
I like shrimp, but I just was reading about eating for your blood type, and shrimp is not on my blood type
What's your
list.
blood type?
It's B positive.
Okay.
But you're so B negative.
Am I? I feel like of this room.
I'm kidding.
Bubba Gump. Chris, I bet you could down yourself some shrimp.
Oh, yeah.
Chris.
I do.
You
I
used
like-
to do the
I
all
like
buff. You used to
seafood.
do those buffets, didn't you?
No buffets. You do buffets?
No, not anymore. Not after COVID.
Oh.
Actually, I
maybe
take
after
that
you
back.
talked to me.
No, I did.
You
Because
did?
if you're at a hotel,
Yeah.
the morning breakfast.
Yeah.
Last summer when we were traveling, I did. I was.
The night that
Next time you go to a buffet, just look at all the people walking up there.
I know.
Come on, Chris.
Boogers are flying all over the food.
Kids are touching
People are
everything. You're right.
coughing.
The
You
night
have
that
fun with
I
your buffet.
left the buffet scene was the 3-year-old that stuck his entire hand into the chocolate fountain.
That's what I'm saying.
Oh my God.
That's so gross, but kind of adorable that a kid would do that, right?
And the mom let him lick the hand and put it back into said chocolate fountain.
You
That's
watched this happen?
I did.
Okay, that's disgusting.
It was a Sunday afternoon.
How long ago was this?
Might have been 8 years ago. And that was it for me.
That's what
I
I'm
was like,
saying.
do you put your hands all over the ribs too, kid?
Oh
I don't
my
know.
God.
You want to go to buffet after the show?
That's so gross.
Wait a second, though, Chris.
Only to the chocolate fountain does he want to go.
Okay, you had your own seats, but Chris, in your suite, we kind of did it buffet style in your
but
suite.
we don't have.
Eric, you did it buffet style
that's
too.
right. You know that's
but
right.
that's not
So I'm just
really-
reminding you.
Yeah, that's not.
We
the
did
same,
buffet
man.
Sunday.
That's not the same.
Why? Because you know us.
Well, there's like 10 of us, 12 of us.
Yeah. You don't know
and
what it.
There's not people coming in and out all day long.
That's okay.
Hundreds
He speaks the
of
truth.
people.
That's true. It's
And
not
you knew,
hundreds.
did you know everybody in the suite?
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes it a little bit better.
Yeah.
Except you.
Well, I wasn't in the suite.
Exactly.
I thought you were saying you
and
didn't
you
know
said
me.
Friday, we'll be there. I'll be up there.
Yeah.
Isn't that what you said?
Yes, and then I told you afterwards.
You didn't tell me.
Yes,
you
I
just
did.
sent me a picture.
Yes, I did.
of
I
it.
said you don't bring the big dog to you. You're going to have to come down and say hi to the big
Who,
dog.
you?
No, not me. You're at a Blues
I
game.
didn't ask
You're at a
about
Blues
anybody
game.
else
Reed,
other than
Reed,
you.
Reed.
I don't know Reed.
Reed was like a side dish. You were the main course.
Oh, I didn't realize that, guys. I'm sorry.
Snap.
And you just nonchalantly got up with some gentleman and walked
Reed
away.
and Nate, the other two people that host the show.
I only seen one guy, and it was not Reed.
Nate. Nate's a littler guy than Reed.
We saw it. We thought you were on a date.
No, it was not a date.
You guys were holding hands.
They were holding hands.
We were not holding
If
hands.
you get up and leave and you're holding
And I
somebody's
thought I
hand,
might have-
We were not
I
holding
thought I
hands.
might have
Oh,
seen
boy.
like a little peck kiss or something.
No,
you
there
know?
was no kiss.
What?
Although it's funny that you guys do this because
You did it too.
Reed tried to start this rumor on Friday on the show, which I think is pretty funny.
Well,
Reed Lowe, former Blue, for those who don't know, who've joined us on the show as well. Angela, it was interesting because during the break, we thought it would be interesting to try to set you up with Gary Bokerman.
And you did say that. And
I walked
said,
around the corner and said, it'd be interesting to try to see if those two could go on a date.
And I said, the
Eric
guy
goes,
just-
I was thinking the same thing,
it
Vic.
was.
I said, the guy I just argued with, and you said,
Yeah.
opposites attract.
The
I don't
tension
think-
was fantastic.
I don't think that much opposites attract. I think
Gary's,
there's gotta be
Gary's a
some-
good-looking guy. He's really tan. He's got a lot of sports cars.
Well,
like
okay.
Chris.
I mean, you have me with sports cars.
But I don't. Yeah, he might even like. He might
has
even have
the
an appreciation.
nicest Trans Am. You have
See, now
ever
I'm
seen
in.
your
Now,
life.
now sign me up. What year is it? Is it 79?
I don't know.
Because I'll look past his crazy for that.
He is crazy. Well, he might look past your crazy for something else.
Yeah, see. Oh,
Never
Lord,
know. Never know.
Seriously,
Don't spit that coffee out, Eric.
Eric's going to spit his coffee out. I'm not kidding, though. That was the most fun I've had in a while. So
Oh, damn.
that
Did
guy
we-
can call in any day he wants.
Did we make you laugh, Eric?
Don't do that crap, dude. Okay.
Hey, bye.
Settle down.
Bye. Oh my God, that's funny. Here's something for you guys, really quick. If you're
Kevin
at work,
Joseph said, Angela, are you cheating on me?
Who's Kevin Joseph?
yeah, exactly. What?
Hold on. Let me look at this man.
Uh-oh.
Damn, you're
Oh,
checking
you're
out.
a good looking
You're
dude.
checking
too,
out
Kevin.
his profile.
Yeah, I looked at his face to see what rude comment I was going to say. Hey, Kevin's not a bad looking dude.
Hey,
Sorry,
by the
Kevin.
way, in other news, in a new survey, speaking of possible weddings in Angela's future, in a news with Gary Bokerman and Angela Sharp.
And Kevin, don't forget about Kevin on the Facebook
Kevin,
Live.
that's right. You guys, yeah, okay, I got you. New survey: 62% of people say bridal party costs are out of control.
Everything's out of control. That story means nothing.
56% of bridal party members say they felt pressure to spend more than they could afford, particularly on bachelor and bachelorette parties.
I'll agree with that, but I would agree with that.
I thought it
even
would have been way higher than
pre-pandemic.
56%.
Yeah. I was going to say for like the last 10 years, I would agree with that.
This was done by Lending Tree, And they said that nearly 40% have regretted how much they spend on other people's weddings.
Yes.
Even if the pressure to spend was self-imposed. Like you have this guilt, like, oh, I got to spend that money. You spend it, and then you have guilt after you do it.
Do you have to buy your own dress to support the bride?
Yes.
You do? And those things are not cheap, right?
If you're in a wedding
and they're ugly,
the bride picks out a dress that is typically unflattering because that's the whole purpose, right? The bride looks gorgeous, you look stupid.
And you have to pay $400 for that purple piece of garbage.
And then you have to go get it altered because everything has to be altered. You get it in your size waist-wise, right?
Yes.
But they have to alter like the sleeves or the hem, and then that's an additional $200-$300 right there.
Yes.
So yeah, you're talking about $800 on a.
And then you have this dress you'll never wear.
But here's the numbers.
Exactly.
Lending Tree says that on average, the bridal party members spend around $825 on attire, pre-wedding events, the wedding itself.
That's less than I thought. Okay.
That's average. That's just average.
That's just average. Okay. Wow.
So you know that there's
some people are going up. Yep.
So that makes a good case to just get on an airplane and go to Florida, then, doesn't it? Just to do it on a beach in your jeans. Doesn't it?
If you like beaches, yeah, I think I kind of like the idea of the two people just going wherever they love the most and getting married there.
Don't you think the days of the
Send me a photo later.
Maybe this is for women, but are the days of the mega church weddings coming to an end?
Well, I'm gonna answer.
Mega church or mega or
the
mega
big church, the organ, the catering. Yeah.
Well, I can already answer it for you.
Go ahead.
Too.
Vic is gonna say I'm not the typical woman, but the mega wedding was never my thing. Obviously, I'm not married. But even my sister didn't do that. Her and her husband went to the mountains, and it was a very small ceremony. She did it that way. But I think some people want to get married in a church to have, the blessings and God looking over
They
them.
want to be Princess Diana.
Well, I think some people want to get married in the church so that their union
That's a
is
woman
in front
thing.
of God.
I don't think guys are into that. Guys are like, all right, whatever it takes to get past this day, I'm fine with.
Well, it depends on
That's a woman
it depends
thing.
on their upbringing.
For sure.
Now I don't know your weddings. Did you get like the mega long train?
No,
and
but you're generalizing about 10 different things into one.
No, I'm not,
because you can have a lot. You can have a wed and people in a church. It doesn't have to just because you get married in a church doesn't mean it's a mega wedding. I don't know what you mean by that.
Okay.
And do you mean the mega party after too?
Yes.
Because that's the
with
thing.
the mega party afterwards.
Because Eric, I've been to weddings where there were 30 people, and then the party was like 2,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
I've been to weddings where it was a
sense.
big wedding, big reception.
Mm-hmm.
Then you also have small wedding, small reception.
Okay, my
you have
point is
people who
this.
get married in churches, people who don't.
So when I say big mega wedding, I'm saying the woman sits down with the planner sits down with the brideswomen or whatever you guys are called. Then you guys put together this amazing package.
Have you ever been married, Eric?
Yes, I have. Man, can I ever finish a point? And then you have like the doves being released at a certain time.
Oh my God, you're like in your 80s movies again.
I didn't. That's why I'm
I
asking.
have never been to a wedding with doves.
Well, then you haven't lived. But then you have the rice being thrown as the groom.
I've seen the rice.
And
Eric lives his life in an 80s music video. That's. I mean,
I invite you to come on in. The water's good. Come on.
I've been to ones where we blow bubbles at them after they like.
Or
I've seen
are
that.
the millennial and Gen Zers, are they much more apt to just get on a plane, go get married with their friends, party as hard as they can, and then come home? Is that more of, that's kind of what I think the millennials and Gen Zs do.
I think it depends on what type of person you are.
Yeah. And Eric, I can add some meat and potatoes to it.
Okay.
Church weddings are down.
Oh.
Divorces are up.
Mm-hmm.
Up more than they were in the past?
Baptisms are down.
Oh.
So yeah, maybe it's a sign of society, and then that's a whole nother show topic for someday. But
I mean, the church wedding
was
was a product of the 40s and 50s for sure. It really was. It was in the 60s, and it was just something you did. It was a thing that it was just the family looked forward to going to the wedding and then going to the reception, and that's kind of how you initiated the family into the whole thing. And I think that people like Angela's sister would rather go to the mountains and just have a good time skiing or whatever they're going to do. I'm going to tell you right. Don't go into and zip line through the mountains.
Hey, by the way, we got to get in. Oh, this is the best line. Lance says, I think Eric lives in the Wedding Singer movie. He does. And he lives in.
I do not.
And he also lives in Hot Tub Time Machine movie. because that was an 80s
Guys, it was just
movie.
a better time to live.
It was a better.
I'm telling you guys, I feel
time
so
to live.
sorry for these.
It was a better time.
You know what? Everybody has their right to build their life the way they want.
Oh my God! Amy says rice kills birds. Todd says when doves cry. We got everything. You're listening, by the way.
That's negative.
To the Edge, the fastest 2 hours of morning talk radio. Eric Johnson, Chris Knight, Angela Sharp. I'm Vic Faust of Fox 2. Gas prices, by the way, guys. If you haven't checked, we got to get this in. Oh my God! National average now up 437, highest ever. It has not stopped.
And it's climbing here in St. Louis.
Last night, for the first time, I filled up my tank, and it was almost double what it normally has taken. And I went and I looked. I was like, "Oh crap! Yeah, it's over $4."
Yep.
Even in St. Louis.
Yep. My car used to be.
Yet we still haven't
$42.
opened up. We still haven't opened up restrictions when it comes to
drilling and
bingo.
So Biden today, Biden is going to outline his plan to contrast between what he wants to do and what the MAGA crowd. He doesn't even call him Trump anymore. It's the MAGA crowd. And what's the difference? So he's going to somehow.
Well, he's trying to. What he's trying to do. He's trying to put teams to side because they're trying. The Democratic side is trying to gain a base now.
They can't. There's no way.
You got to create a game, a reason.
There's no way.
Well,
I'm telling you, Vic, that they were hoping for this Roe versus Wade thing to be the shell shock that pushed their base to go and. Have you noticed the crowds around these demonstrastrations? They're not very big.
Well, they're not massive yet.
Massive. And I don't know, why would they become more massive over time? Don't you think that?
I don't know.
Seriously.
I know, but I don't know.
So bringing it back to my point, inflation. First of all, now you've really screwed with the soccer moms. Their baby formula is off the shelves. They can't get baby formula anymore. They're pissed. Inflation now is hit 8.9, but in the wage rate is only at 5 point something, so you have that disparity there. So you aren't even making enough to keep up with inflation getting into the workforce. Gas, like you just reported, $4.73. If you're the Biden administration, and I guess I asked this to John Parker and our friend Mark Harris,
to anybody,
what do you say to fix any of these problems? The stock market is up and down. It's so volatile, you don't even know if you can jump into the stock market. These guys just are not handling any of this stuff with any clarity. So, not to pile on the Biden administration, my question is to you, Vic. What would you say and what would you do?
To what? To who?
Because the Biden administration is coming out with a big speech today to tell people how they're going to deal with inflation.
I have no idea what he's going to say.
You can't even guess?
No.
Not at all?
I have no. The only thing I can think of is, well, we've got a serious situation. Vladimir Putin has not.
There you go. That's
has
number
not
one.
left Ukraine.
There's one.
This is Russia's fault. We're doing our best.
Two.
We can't make things happen immediately. We weren't expecting this. I mean, that's
how do you, Mr. President? How do you deal with the ports not still letting our products in? How do you deal with mothers that are now trying to scramble to figure out how to feed their kids because formula is gone? Mr. President, would you please answer that?
The only thing is if he says he's going to release more barrels. I mean, we had already released 1 million barrels a day, and if you look at history,
you cannot get
it helps prices quickly, but over the long haul, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't
help.
do crap because you
At
cannot
least
get.
That's a historical, factual record.
You cannot. Okay, I'm going to help you out. You cannot go and give the strategic oil away because that's what we depend on for an emergency. This is not an emergency because you can basically start opening up the spigots in the United States to kind of subside some of this pricing issues. He just won't do it, is the problem. So I'm trying to help out the Biden administration if you're listening to me right now. I'm telling you what you should say. As far as the supply chain problems that we have, I would have a massive airlift to get products from point A to point B, because these are on boats sitting outside of Los Angeles and outside of, I think, in South Carolina somewhere. So
this is not a good topic for Biden.
I know, but he needs to start talking tactically. Not strategically.
It's not going to happen. Because guess what the only thing the president has had since he's taken office that was either average or above average in his job? Guess what the only thing that's been? His quote, the feeling that he has, quote, tackled COVID decently. So guess what you think is going to happen? Okay. I'm just saying that's the only thing that's even been remotely not really negative when it comes to all the polling.
Mm-hmm.
So am I wondering why we're starting to maybe see some COVID again? Am I crazy for thinking, I
don't know.
If the president only has one positive issue that he is, or something that's not so bad that it may look positive, it's COVID.
People are battle fatigued for COVID.
I agree.
They're battle fatigued.
But
it's like starting another Vietnam War.
But we already know. We've asked listeners to tell us what is good in the country right now, and nobody has said anything.
No, and
we've been asking that for months.
The reason I'm
6 months.
The reason I'm bringing that up is because
there is no positive deal with the gas prices. There's nothing you can say that's going to be positive.
It'll be very interesting to see this little speech today, and I'm sure that his teleprompter will not fail him. He'll blame the right people, and it will make it very political. That's not what we need right now. We need a guy that can stand up and say, we're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this. We're anticipating we can bring these prices down. Inflation is going to be a thing, people. Buckle up. But we're going to attack it, and they're not doing that
Diesel over $5 a gallon, so the cost of transporting goods is only getting more expensive, which means the price of goods is only going to get more expensive. Yee. Not good news.
No, not great news at all.
Oh, man. So I don't think there's anything that can happen with the gas prices from that situation. Now, there are critics of the Biden administration that say that restricting drilling on federal lands and blocking the completion of the Keystone Pipeline has created a supply problem in the market. Now, Biden initially announced a moratorium on drilling on federal lands, but a federal judge in Louisiana blocked the moratorium after 13 Republican attorney generals sued, but we haven't seen anything come from that in regards to helping the market. And yes, if you didn't realize, the Keystone Pipeline is not creating oil. It's about bringing supply in, which affects consumer confidence, which affects confidence in the whole industry, which also plays a role.
Exactly right.
People need to. I have seen
think about it this way.
People try to argue, say, well, the pipeline's not creating oil. You lost your mind. Yeah, I know that. Maybe some people don't realize that.
No, the pipeline's transporting oil from point A to point B, and
it's a Canadian pipeline.
That pipeline is dry right now. We can't
Bingo.
use
That's
said
why
oil.
The pipeline has become a major sticking point and issue, especially when it comes to, quote, confidence.
We have enough oil in the Beryl, Alaska area to fill everyone's tank in the United States for like 100 years.
We have enough oil in the United States and what you've seen in the ground to not even need anything from anybody else.
Exactly right.
Those are from studies that have been not just Vic regurgitating what he thinks he's heard.
The strategic oil in the United States is still in the ground. We just need to pump it out. And I always come back to World War II because that was a time of an emergency, and we all got off our asses. We all worked. We all fixed the problems. And these days, no one seems to really want to get off their asses and fix these damn problems.
Well, people don't want to go anywhere because when we come back, we're going to hit what's happening to the Supreme Court justices. We're going to talk about, once again, is it hypocrisy or not? You have Supreme Court justices. It's illegal, by the way, to go to a Supreme Court justice's home and protest over a decision.
You know why?
It is absolutely illegal in this country.
Because it shows that you're trying to persuade him one way or another.
On a decision. We're going to get into that. Lori Lightfoot also made a comment on this.
Oh, God.
That's being compared. If you say that there was a, quote, insurrection on January 6th, then you have to say that Lori Lightfoot is calling for an insurrection.
Angela's going to love this one. She is going to love this one. Woo!
Boy, we're going to get to all of this right now. It is right after the break. Don't go anywhere. Share the show, 100.7 The Viper. Give us a call if you want to, 636-695-2915. Of course, we're on Facebook as well, 100.7 The Viper. Back with more right after this.
I love these guys. They make funny with their mouths.
The Edge Morning Show.
Hi, this is Dr. Erin Huey with Tomasino Gerst Vision Source. We provide a ton of specialty care, glaucoma, diabetic eye care, dry eye evaluations, now myopia management. Typically, we see patients that need vision correction for a variety of hobbies, for work, most often glasses and contacts. Come and see us at Tomasino Vision Source, dryoureyes.com, 272-1444. dryoureyes.com.
If you owe the IRS back taxes, then get ready to pay up. The IRS has giant private collection agencies actively tracking down folks who owe the IRS. So if you think dodging them was stressful in the past, it's going to get a whole lot tougher. Optima Tax Relief has this advice. Don't wait. Solve your tax problems now before it's too late. Optima Tax Relief works to stop the demand letters, stop the aggressive collection actions, and stop the IRS collectors from targeting you. Ask Optima about the Fresh Start Initiative, one of the biggest breaks the IRS has ever offered. If you qualify, you could save thousands, and nobody knows this program better than they do. Optima is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, and they get results, having resolved over $1 billion of tax debt for their clients. Get a fresh start. Call today for your free consultation.
Call 800-624-7544. 800-624-7544. 800-624-7544.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Hi, this is Conrad Bellman at Bellman's Carnection in St. Peters. Right now, we're buying any pre-owned vehicles. At Bellman Carnection, we will take anything on trade: farm, house, truck, cars, and SUVs. Bring into a Bellman pre-owned car, truck, SUV, or van today. The inventory is always fresh, so hurry in before someone else buys the one you want. Bellman's Carnection in St. Peters at Highway 70 and 370, where you will never pay the max. Online at carnection.com.
DQ presents. Picture this. You stand before the awe-inspiring new signature stack burger menu at DQ and your mouth wonders, where have you been all my life? That's 5 taste bud tempting cheeseburgers with 100% real seasoned beef. You peek at the loaded A1 stack burger with 2 premium sauces. Then the flamethrower stack burger with tongue-tingling jalapeno bacon. Then you realize moments like these are exactly why we have the DQ signature stack burger menu. DQ. Happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
Midnight Auto Supply in St. Peters carries a full line of automotive parts and paints. They're a PPG Platinum distributor of automotive paint and industrial coatings and auto body shop supplies. For over 40 years, your hometown auto parts store is Midnight Auto. Stop in at Midnight Auto Supply in St. Peters, just off Mexico Road, 447-4000, 447-4000, on the web at mid-niteautosupply.com.
You could save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive, but when we just come out and say it, it feels like it falls a bit flat. So we're going to tap into human emotion, first with some music. Then in a serious tone, I'll say, save big when you bundle your home and auto with Progressive. And even though it was about saving money with Progressive, we'll fade out the music so you know it was poignant. Wow, powerful stuff. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Discount not available in all states or situations.
Susan, it's so great to finally be able to get together again.
Oh, it sure is. And I really appreciate you picking up the bill.
I'm happy to. I've got the extra cash. Since we've all been driving so much more again, I've been using Get Upside, the free gas app that pays you cash back for every gallon of gas you buy.
Wait a minute. Are you saying you actually get paid cash when you buy gas with the Get Upside app?
Yes, up to 25 cents a gallon. Cash back every time I buy gas.
Does that actually add up to anything?
Some months I make $200 to $300.
Wow, that's serious extra cash. I'm downloading the free Get Upside app now.
Download the free Get Upside app now in the App Store or Google Play to save up to 25 cents a gallon when you buy gas. Use promo code FALL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's up to 50 cents a gallon on your next fill-up. You can cash out anytime to PayPal or an e-gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Get Upside app and use promo code FALL for a 25 cents a gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code FALL.
Keep your resolution to quit cigarettes this time. Go to I Quit Vapor, 852 Bryan Road, O'Fallon. I Quit Vapor carries the salt nicotine systems, their latest juice flavors, and all of their pod systems. Let their staff explain why the salt nicotine system is so effective in helping you to quit cigarettes for good. It has a much smoother delivery and allows you to adjust the amount of nicotine intake. I Quit Vapor is still your one-stop shop for everything vapor. Keep your quit cigarette resolution this time. Go to I Quit Vapor, 852 Bryan Road, O'Fallon.
Now, back to the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show. Giving you a shout out from Lambert Airport. Beautiful week of weather ahead. hot and sunny. Hopefully those flights are on time. Eric Johnson's here. This night, Angela Sharp and Big Faust of Fox 2. Fastest 2 hours in morning talk radio. We're almost done. We got about 20 minutes left. That's how fast it goes. I know, Eric. I know.
You guys, it's the most fun I've had.
Wow. Angela said the most fun she had was debating COVID rules, masking.
Yep. It really was, which is weird, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because I said, let's not talk about that.
Oh, no, it'll wear on you.
But I enjoyed it.
It'll wear on you. Well, another very controversial subject is the Department of Justice being silent on the abortion protests that are going on at the Supreme Court justice homes, the Republicans, who it was leaked that would be, quote, in favor of overturning Roe v. Wade. And despite federal law prohibiting any pickets at Supreme Court justices' homes or offices to influence cases, the Department of Justice has not sent police out to arrest the protesters. Is this more hypocrisy? Why isn't the DOJ doing anything to stop the, quote, illegal? They are illegal protest. 100%. It's not even up for debate. You are not allowed to picket, protest, or demonstrate while a decision is being deliberated. How can you trust the Department of Justice to do anything in that they're honestly a legal, upstanding, honest organization? You can't.
No, you can't. And that's unfortunate. But you have to
always, branch of government.
In every single one of these things, you have to imagine it from the converse. Let's say that it was Sotomayor. And she was, let's just pretend that she was voting to limit your ability to buy an AR-15. And let's just say that a bunch of red hats showed up at her door, just outside her door. And let's just say that they were basically protesting her to say, no, you can't do that. You can't take away our gun rights. Do you not think that this White House would have federal agents all over the place calling them terrorists, calling them, sucking them into jail, putting them into the criminal system? You're damn wrong if you think anything other than yes. And that's not happening here. And they're basically saying, oh, well, this is just peaceful protest. Everyone's voice needs to be heard. These people are nuts, and they're outside of Supreme Court Justice's house who are supposed to be impervious in a little bubble making decisions for the country. Their job is not to legislate. Their job is to take a case and go, legislative prudence, we have the ability to say this is either wrong or right, and that's all they're doing. So that's why it should be illegal, and it should be illegal to go and protest outside of a justice's house, period. I cannot influence your decision. Now, if you're
it's a federal statute.
It is.
It's a federal statute. Yet Merrick Garland, the Attorney General, by the way, of this country, hasn't done anything.
Because they make it political.
And that's why people who say this is all political, and they're 100% right, because you can't argue that when you won't do anything. Second part of this is critics are saying, where's Biden? Why hasn't the president of the United States said anything when it comes to...
Biden is even saying, where's Biden? He doesn't even know where he is.
He has not. His administration, Kamala Harris.
It was a joke.
Nobody has said anything about this is as bad as it gets. You cannot go intimidate and try to gain your favor through intimidation. It is a federal law. The DOJ has not stepped up. We're just reporting the facts. And it's very interesting to see that it's all quiet. Nobody's saying anything.
Well, Lori Lightfoot had something to say.
Do you have that on sound, or do you want me to go ahead and read what I have?
Put it up on the screen for you as well.
Okay, go ahead and put it up on the screen. And this is what Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot said. This is very fascinating because it sounds like she's saying, let's go intimidate. Let's go do whatever it takes. Quote, to my friends in the LGBTQ plus community. I'm not quite sure what that has to do with it. The Supreme Court is coming for us next. Wait, okay, now you're creating something to try to create problems. This is the mayor of Chicago. The moment has come, or the moment has to be a call to arms. She just said this is a moment to call to arms. This is the mayor. If that doesn't sound like, quote, critics say, an quote, insurrection, I don't know what does.
Lori Lightfoot is easily. Now, we'll see how Tashara Jones does, but she's easily the worst mayor in the history of this country, and she takes that away from Bill de Blasio. For her to say something like that and not have the media jump all the hell over her.
Well,
saying,
I don't know if Chicago has. Maybe Chicago has. I don't know.
Have they?
I have no idea. That just came out yesterday or overnight, I thought.
It's a call to arms.
It came out last night at 9 o'clock.
The entire LGBTQ plus community up in Chicago is going to now have their Glock 7s, their Glock 9s on their hip, walking around Chicago. That doesn't make a lot of sense.
It's a scary proposition and thought. It really is.
Can't even make comment on it because you're getting to a point, if you're an independent, if you're a liberal, or not a liberal, if you're a conservative, you just know in the back of your head that nothing you say, nothing you do is going to be heard by the media. The media just does not. It is so frustrating.
If a Republican mayor
so frustrating. Yes.
said, this is a call to arms.
Yes.
That such and such issue is not taking place. The border.
Yeah.
This is a call to arms.
You would have ABC, NBC, you would have MSNBC. Rachel Maddow would be walking the streets of your town looking for you, saying you just said there should be a call to arms based on whatever topic that she didn't agree with. Boy, that media would be all over the place. But, man, I'll tell you what, you have Lori Lightfoot up in Chicago, Illinois, which is already the worst city as far as crime goes on the history. I mean, it's worse than Afghanistan. And you're calling for arms against judicial review of something you don't agree with, and you want your LGBTQ community to be your army? Tonight, live on Fox News, Vic Faust does a deep expose on Lori Lightfoot.
It's just being in the media and seeing the hypocrisy of not covering stories the same. It frustrates me as an American that we have a federal law right now that is not being adhered to. And you have Supreme Court justices whose health is in danger. Their well-being is in danger because all it takes is one crazy in that crowd to do something.
Yeah.
And not to forget about the most important part, that is the integrity of the justices' decisions on this court to not be, quote, intimidated in any form whatsoever. And you have people in the streets acting like crazed maniacs, breaking the law, doing this. Now, if they weren't breaking the law, fine, but they're breaking the law.
Yeah, and no one there, and it's a federal law. So you don't have federal FBI agents showing up saying, either move away or we got to take you in. And I think you do give them that first right. You say, look.
Glenn says, but the administration isn't enforcing the federal laws at the border either.
Good point.
It's a great point.
I mean, we can go down the list. They're not enforcing gang violence on most urban
Robert
streets.
says it's government's just trying to start a civil war, cover for their own incompetence. Why else?
Mark Harris says just like January 6th, right, Vic?
Correct. That's what my point was. Thank you for making the point, Mark Drew Harris. That's what critics are saying is, quote, Lori Lightfoot is insinuating let's start an insurrection. So if you back that, then you back what happened January 6th. If you don't back that, then you don't get to pick and choose. That's an all or one proposition, and it's pretty clear.
Yeah.
That's what's sad and scary.
Angela, this stuff makes you sick to your stomach, doesn't it? I mean, we haven't heard from you.
Why,
so
you don't always have to put disclaimers on things, Eric.
I'm trying to get to know the girl.
You already know Angela.
I don't know her.
Yes, you
I've been here for 4 months.
You know Angela.
Well,
Eric.
then I say it with confidence, and this stuff makes you sick to your stomach, doesn't it?
What part are you talking
Just
about?
this whole Lori Lightfoot and kind of every time we bring up an issue that's controversial, we won't bring it up, is the liberals seem to get a complete pass on everything. But if a conservative does it, wow, it's the end of the world as far as the media goes.
I don't agree with you believing one thing's okay, but then if you flip it, I don't agree.
I can't believe Mark Drew Harris just actually agreed with the show. he even sees it.
Yeah, I don't agree with hypocrites. So if it's illegal, it's illegal.
It's illegal. It's illegal. Exactly right. Do you think that we're in a time, Angela, that the country just cannot and will not ever come together? Do you think that we're in a time right now that it's like, how did the two sides even live together?
I don't.
How do you if you dig Christianity and you dig rule of law? I mean, how do you live in the middle of Chicago, Illinois? Because that doesn't seem to be their thing.
I haven't been there in a hot minute, so I can't answer that.
The
but I
Miracle
will
Mile
tell
is
you,
not a
like I've
miracle.
told you before,
Yeah.
I feel like people can live together if they're not insane. I think I've mentioned before, a good friend of mine from Alaska was in town over the weekend. I got to hang out with her for a lot of the time. She has totally opposite views on most everything that I do.
Yeah.
We joke about it all the time. We're exactly the same, but totally opposite.
Mm-hmm.
We get along just fine, but neither of us are crazy people.
Okay.
So I will say far, far right, far, far left. It's going to be hard for those two groups to get along.
Is there ever a time in your community, and this is a great topic, is there ever a time in your community where you're like, maybe you don't dig the politics, but you just don't like the way that the area is being run, and you're like, I'm out of here. I mean,
again, people can't just get up and move willy-nilly.
you have the means to get up and get a
but
U-Haul.
Eric, oh my God, Eric, you are all over the place, man.
I'm not all
you're
over the
wearing
place,
out.
Vic.
You're wearing out. Yes. I
take exception to what you just said.
I'm
not.
sorry, I'm not trying to be
because the
mean,
important part of this is this.
He's like a shotgun. You know, the shells kind of go everywhere.
The important part of this, Victor, is this. And then this is why I'm saying is that I just every story we talk about, it's like I don't agree anything with a certain side. The Lori Lightfoots of the world, I can't imagine living in Chicago, Illinois. I can't imagine living in a world where whatever you think has no bearing, that the media doesn't even pick it up. So at a certain point, you just go, man, I've had enough. I quit, and I move. And
Where
that's
are you moving to?
Move, yeah.
Anywhere where people kind of agree with the. I mean, I'm just saying the reason people leave New York to go to Florida is because they agree more with the politics that are happening down in Florida.
But there's plenty of people that live in New York and agree with the politics that are happening in New York. You do know that, right?
And my point is this, and I'll leave it here. Do you think that the revolution is just people on one side, they say, I'm leaving your city to go somewhere where I believe that people believe the way I believe.
Again,
and we're done with whatever.
A lot of people don't have the means to just pick up their families and move to a
Eric
different
doesn't
state.
understand that. I've been telling him that for 2 years.
I disagree with you guys so wholeheartedly.
You
It's
think
unbelievable.
people, as a general whole, have the
Yes.
means to, okay.
Yes, I do.
Rosalind says
more today than any time.
Yes, they do.
because all the work's being done at home.
Yeah,
I don't. The computers.
Oh, yeah, no, but we're talking about finances.
What is so expensive to move?
Have you looked?
Seriously.
Have you
tried
right
to
now?
buy
right now?
anything?
Don't buy anything.
Eric, right now,
Yeah.
apartments,
Mhm.
homes, for rent or for buy are some of the highest that they've been in a long, long time.
Here.
Yes.
Here.
That's what I'm saying.
Not in Florida.
When you go anywhere with kids, it's not as simple to move as you just think it is. It's just not.
I've moved 20 times
Yeah,
to different
Eric, you're
cities all
different.
over
Yes,
the world.
Eric, you're different.
I am?
Yes, you had you and one kid.
Okay.
2 people.
So
That's
what's
simple.
what's the point?
All the families aren't. It's not as easy as you think. Just to
I'll give you an
pack up and move.
example. I didn't think that
Also-
I'll give you an example. The music capital of the world back in 1990, whatever, was not St. Louis, Missouri. And I was like, if I want to make it in music, I need to move to Los Angeles or to Nashville or whatever it is. Boom, gone. I went.
Were you single?
Huh?
Were
Well,
you
everybody's
No,
single.
no. You heard me. No, you're single.
Yeah, at the time, yes.
We're talking about families,
Yeah.
Eric. It's if you're single, yeah, you can maybe pick up a move, but you got to look at the perspective. It's not easy for families to move once you get into homes and mortgages and bills and schools and kids.
Anyway,
if you're
my
single,
point was...
no, this is your point, bud.
No,
I'm
it's
trying to
not.
help you
No, it's
understand
not.
that it doesn't make sense. It's not easy. I've been trying to get to.
Life isn't easy.
No, it's not. I'm just saying it's
Pick
not
yourself
as
up by your
easy as you
britches.
make it sound. Mark says, just like January 6th, right, Vic? She'd rather be at cars and coffee. Me too.
Agreed with that.
Rosalind said Trump never told his followers to break the law. Lori Lightfoot is telling her.
Exactly.
Mark says this country's doomed. Chaos happening everywhere. Todd says we can't fix potholes, let alone this country. Roz says, Eric, the Bible says light and darkness can never get along, to answer your question.
Oh, Rosalind.
And Todd says, and I do see this with local news, some of it's media, though, when I'm in Chicago, it doesn't seem bad. and the local news is pretty two-sided. We certainly try to be at Fox 2. And I mean, it's literally, did you get this side? Did you get that side? Which is why I say local news is the last bastion of hope for media.
That's right. I just don't think, Angela, that there's a call to arms coming with American citizens. I think that the revolution, it starts with U-Haul trucks. And then urban areas, they just kill themselves.
So you just want to split the country like straight down
I
the
don't
middle
want to do crap.
and have half the country that agrees with crazy left to go live on the crazy left side and the crazy rights to go live on the crazy right side? What about all the people in the middle that take bits from the left and bits from the right? What about those people? Where are they supposed to live?
Yeah, I think that could have been an issue, but I think that there's just too many factors right now. It's like, basically, I think is your area safe to live in? Basically is the thing. Is your area prosperous enough for you to get a job and be prosperous in that area? And if it's not, then you for your family's sake, you better figure out a way to go someplace where maybe it is. I have 4 people that have moved to Dallas, Fort Worth, Texas in the last 2 years that are prospering like they've never prospered before. And guess what? They were from St. Louis, Missouri, and they left to go south, and they would never come back to St. Louis.
That's where business. That's where business.
So you
is.
guys are kind of talking out your ass a little
no,
bit. I'm telling you right now,
Eric, you're uneducated in this because you don't have a family. You've never really had a family.
I moved back to St. Louis for a family. What are you talking about?
You moved yourself, a wife, and kids?
Actually, yes, I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, when did you do this?
2006 or 7, somewhere in there.
So who all moved? You, a wife, and how many kids?
And a kid, 1 kid.
Okay.
From Seattle, Washington.
Okay, in 2006. Much different than right now.
Is it?
Yes, and look at all the factors. Even on the Facebook.
I just gave you a case in point for 2022, and you're not listening to me.
No, Eric. When that how many families moved and how many people were part of the family? Where did they move from? Did they own?
Look, I'm not trying to fight with you. I'm not. I didn't mean. I didn't say you're talking out your ass. I didn't mean to say that either.
No, we're just trying to
what
get
I'm
the specifics.
saying is this: is I've seen now multiple.
It's not easy to do. You make it sound like it's so simple, but
one
it's
family
not.
came out of Los Angeles to go to Phoenix, Arizona. I got another buddy that came out of Tacoma, Washington,
and think
to go
about
to
all
Phoenix.
the families in this country, in this world. I'm telling you right now, Eric.
I'm telling you, the revolution isn't with
the
guns.
Prices for everything, because I'm in that boat right now, and this is why I know more than you do, because I'm actually in the process of trying to move just within the area.
Gotcha.
And it's
That's
not
your problem.
as easy as you think. Expenses,
Life
kids,
isn't easy.
No, exactly. You and I can agree on that.
Life is not easy.
We can't
The
agree.
Blues need to win a game tonight to get to the next game.
But to pick up a family from the St. Louis area and just move, it's not like you can just do it the next day.
It's not that it's easy, but it is doable.
Yeah, you could, because you have the money to do so.
There are certain people that have the means to do that.
Yeah,
Others
I'm not trying to be
don't.
argumentative.
But
I'm
most
not trying
people
to be
don't
argumentative.
have the kind of money, Chris, that it takes to just move. At a moment's
And you have to
notice.
make sure your job's okay with you moving. I know there are a lot of doing are remote, but a lot of those remote jobs want you within
And the age of your kids,
a
how is it
certain
going to work
area
out
of
with
your
the
town,
kids?
too.
If you have young kids, it's easy to do, like you do. But if you have kids that are middle school or high school, you can't just move. It's not as simple as it seems.
It can be a long-term challenge, but at some point, a family goes, "I've had enough."
Yeah, exactly. And then
I've had enough.
How much is
how
enough
many
for
how many
that
drive-by
person?
shootings does one neighborhood need to have in North St. Louis
But
before
it's
you're
not,
like, "I'm out"?
But it's not as easy as it seems.
Let's have it every single day. Let's have a.
We gotta get to break.
Let's
We're
have a
way
St.
over.
Louis shooting report and see how many people want to live in that area.
They don't, but they can't leave, Eric. That makes my point. Thank you. Back with more right after this.
This is the Edge Morning Show.
Live on 100.7.
The Viper.
KFC knows that when it comes to sharing, there's good and there's finger-licking good.
A meal with sides, that's good. 3 equally delicious sides? So even if one kid loves mac and cheese, another only eats mashed potatoes, and the third is basically 90% French fry, there'll still be no complaints, besides why bedtime can't be midnight and ice cream isn't a breakfast food? That's finger-licking good.
KFC's Sides Lovers Meal. Pick 3 large sides and pair them with 8 crispy tenders or your favorite fried chicken. Order now on the KFC app. Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's finger-licking good.
Prices and product availability may vary.
When it comes to pellet grilling, the true heroes of the hopper savor the process as much as they savor the result. Kingsford 100% hardwood pellets can be used on any pellet grill and add bold, smoky wood flavor to any meal. No preservatives or artificial flavors. Kingsford hardwood pellets keep the temperature consistent for an even heat, so you can cook as low and slow as you want. Kingsford 100% hardwood pellets. Kingsford.com.
So you're not gonna want to miss this. The deals at Kohl's right now are beyond epic. I just got some new bath towels for $3 each. Found the cutest kids' outfits for only $5. And got myself some tees and tank tops for just $7. But the best part? You don't need any coupons. Can earn Kohl's cash and get it all with free store pickup. Looks like April showers bring the flowers and the savings. Select styles. Sale ends April 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
My daughter used to be a shining star. I would tell her, there's nothing you can't do. Now, it's like living with a stranger. It happens so fast. Centerpoint Hospital, real help for addiction and hope for a bright future.
If a young person dear to you is facing substance use, the Changing Point at Centerpoint Hospital now offers adolescent treatment solutions with detox, 4-week residential, and outpatient treatment. The Changing Point for adolescents at Centerpoint Hospital. Hope for a bright future.
Hello, Discover here to explain our cash back match. Here's how it works. We give you cash back for using your Discover card on the things you were going to buy anyway. Then we match that cash back in your first year. And that's why we call it Cashback Match. Now to recap and say cashback one more time. We match all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year automatically. Discover. Exceptionally common sense. Learn more at discover.com/match. Limitations apply.
Here comes more of the Edge Morning Show.
Hey guys, welcome back to the show as we say hello and goodbye again. Hey, we're just going to continue the conversation tomorrow.
Well, I hope we do.
Whenever Eric shows up, he wants to make another point.
I'm always here.
He's always here in spirit.
I agree.
I live in a broom closet down the hall.
We got so many good topics we could debate. Whether it's easy to move, whether teachers should be paid more. We got all kinds of good interaction. Angela shooting rubber bands at Eric.
I'm attempting to. I'm really bad at it, so.
We got to get out of here. Guys, we love it. Thanks for listening to the show. We'll talk to you later. We'll see you for Fox News at 5 and 9.
Blue.
Well, you like pink.
Blue.
I'll wear pink tonight.
You can't. It's a Blues game.
That's right. You got to wear blue.
What's wrong with you?
I'll wear blue.
Go Blues. Talk to you tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock.